The only yoga class I'm currently teaching nowadays is my weekday 6 a.m. 30-minute morning movement and meditation practice. That's 5 days a week at 6 a.m. Pacific time, and the format of the class pretty much stays the same the whole time. If you want to know the format of the sequence and the movements, go check out this video. It's also linked in the description. It's talking about my sectional sequencing methods, and pretty much it's very similar day to day. And if I didn't change one thing about the practice, I think I wouldn't be as motivated or as inspired to continue to teach this day after day. So today I'm sharing with you how I make this class different, and it comes in the form of the intention or themes that I set each day. So today I'm going to share with you a bunch of things I have right here, different cards and books and products and stuff to help me create those themes each day. Sometimes they're random and sometimes I pick them out intentionally. So all the links for all these things are going to be down below, and also note that some of them are affiliate links, which if you click them and make a purchase, I might earn a tiny bit of commission, but it's at no cost to you. Hi, I'm Ashley. If we haven't met before, I teach yoga, I help yoga teachers, and I help you with helpful tips like this, giving you recommendations and resources to guide you along your path as a yoga student and a teacher. So let's get into those recommendations, and I'm going to start with the ones that I like the most, so that if you just wanted a couple of them, you can watch the first few and go, okay, I want to get those too. So I'm going to share with you my favorite, and this one has always been my favorite. Like I said, I've got cards, I've got books, I've got all sorts of things. So I'm going to share with you a bunch of them here. The first one is these I Am daily motivation cards. And these, you cannot find them on Amazon, so I'll have to link them below. But they come from the Bar Blend program from Beachbody. And what I like so much about them is they're simple I am phrases with an additional sentence down below. So this one says, I am compassionate. I move with consciousness and care and practice self-forgiveness to love myself as I am. And they're all very different. So it's not just centered around self-love or confidence. We've got I am passionate, I am intentional, vibrant, and they all have some pictures or colors in the background that can help with that intention. So these ones have always been my favorite. I've cycled through these a few times as I've continued to teach this morning movement and meditation practice, and I tend to always come back to these personally. So this is my top recommendation, the one that I really like. Again, you cannot find these on Amazon, so make sure to use the link down below. They are about $20 plus shipping, so go ahead and check them out. I Am daily motivation cards. And let's just keep on the topic of cards while we're at it. I do have a few books, but let's just keep going with the cards. I've also went to Amazon and typed in affirmation cards, or you can even look for angel cards or theme cards or something with card deck or themes or intentions, affirmations. And here's a couple of them. Both of these are by Louise Hay, or at least she was the one that said a lot of these things. She has a great book. I can't remember the name of it, but she has a great book that has a lot of these sayings in it. So someone has combined her sayings and added them to colorful cards. So they usually have a phrase at the front, and then there's a little bit more on the back. This one is self-love, how to love yourself. These ones are power thought cards. This one, for example, has a phrase on the front, I am at peace, and on the back it has a little bit more of a description. Divine peace and harmony surround me and dwell in me. I feel tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. So that's kind of how both of these are structured. These Louise Hay is a great one to look up some cards and decks. I really like both of these. Also really great cards. Great to pick one off the top and just say, okay, today's intention is, or today's affirmation, today's thought, the power thought of the day comes from one of these decks, and here it is. And that's what I do in my morning classes to really set the tone. So I've enjoyed just pulling out a card and doing just that. Next up, one I haven't used, I don't like them so much, but I got this off Amazon as well, empowering questions. They're not as easy to theme yoga classes with. I'll just open them up quick. They're just simple questions. They're only one question. There's no specific word or phrase to latch on to. Why am I doing the things I'm doing right now? Okay. What are my best qualities? So these are great just questions to ask yourself. Also, maybe it's something that you ask your students as an icebreaker. So these ones could be more icebreaker questions, or something that you bring into yoga teacher trainings or groups where you have a little bit more conversations. So not necessarily for theming your classes, but for bringing into your trainings and to create that sense of community. Next, we have a couple other cards that also you can find on Amazon. These ones are kind of funny. These are affirmators, and they're silly, they're funny. It's not something that I brought to my morning classes because they're a little bit too silly sometimes. So like this one, they just say things. Okay, let me read this one. Vitality. I'm healthy and vital and strong. Great. My radiant love of life fills me with healthy, vital, and strong cells. Each cell is a warrior. Everyone has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, chump. So they talk very casually in these, and some of them are just sort of, they're just more casual. So if you like that style, you can get affirmators. I got these on Amazon. They're silly, they're fun. Some of them are really great. Some of them are like, oh, I'm not going to say that in a class. And these ones I got at a local shop back in Fargo, North Dakota, called Vintage Point. But these are different cards with paragraphs on them and an animal or a plant. So the owl, you have a gift for seeing in the dark, for identifying possibilities. Or the crow, find the words to tell your truth. Salmon, you have everything you need for the hard work ahead. These are a brand called Compendium with a C, Compendium Inc. And you probably can't really see that, but Compendium. And I think I can find the link for them on their website. I will look for these as well. So I actually really like these. I don't have many of them because I end up actually giving them away. So I pass them out and say, keep your cards, or keep this card. This is the one that's going to help you through your day or your life. So I've done that a few times. And last one on the thought of cards are not quite cards, but these are like little pull tab cards. So this one is a theme of shine. So they're 30 pop open cards with messages inside. The messages could be anything. And there are different cards that you can get different themes. So you can get a self-love one, happiness, celebration. This one's the I shine. So I'm going to pop one open. I'm actually going to be giving these away with gifts and cards, but I'm going to pop one open as an example. Okay. It's kind of like a fortune cookie. It says, celebrate your humanness, celebrate your craziness, celebrate you. So this one is about celebrating. Okay, that's kind of cute. So it's like a little pop open, perforated edges. Great if you want a quick dose of inspiration or just something to theme your classes. So I also got these on Amazon, so you can get them there, or you might find them other places. So let's move on to the books now. So now that I've given you a few options with cards, if you have a card deck that you like, I would love for you to leave a comment in the comment section, because I am always looking for more recommendations. If you use one of these that I told you about, leave a comment about that as well, because I'd like to see that what you would recommend, regardless if I've said it or if it's something I haven't said. So comment it down below. Let's move on to some books. Some of these are newer, some of these are older, but it doesn't matter. There are other books out there as well that are newer, that are very similar, but I'm going to give a shout out to some of these who are a little bit older, 10, 15, 20 years, but still very relevant. So this first one I have is one I've been using lately. It's called 5 Good Minutes. And you can still see the sticker on the bottom here that was peeled off. I'm pretty sure I got this from Barnes & Noble at a discount price in the discount bin. It's 100 morning practices to help you stay calm and focused all day long. And they have different meditations, different practices, different things that you can try out. So it's a little bit different than one simple theme, but it's actually what I bring into the meditation portion of our practice, more of the deep relaxation and also into my everyday life. So this is a great personal book as well. Then we've got this one here, 365 Yoga, Daily Meditations. Daily Meditations. This one also is a little bit older. I can't remember where I got it. Maybe it was from a friend. Maybe it was from, who knows. But 365 meditations. Some of them are really short, just quotes. And some of them are longer paragraphs that you can read through. And so it smells like an older book. So this is a great book too for just some ideas for meditations. 365 Yoga. Cool. Daily Meditations. Then we've got A Year of Living Your Yoga by Judith Hanson-Lasater. And Judith Hanson-Lasater also wrote Living Your Yoga, which is a great book and actually one of the first books I ever read when I started my yoga journey. So it helped me on that path of reading more scripts about yoga. And we've got A Year of Living Your Yoga. This one is actually marked by dates. So March 4th, March 5th. And it usually has a little quote in italics and then a little bit more blurb about it below. For example, July 4th. If you have a yoga mat, you are more likely to practice. Makes sense. And then the Living Your Yoga portion. Practicing on your own is supported by our commitment to it. Right now, roll out your yoga mat and practice 3 poses. So it gives you an action. Go for it. So this one's pretty good too. A Year of Living Your Yoga, giving you tiny bite-sized action steps to help move you forward. I think this is a really great personal practice log or something to try. I don't bring this out a lot of times for my themes for my teaching, but you might find some good things in here. This is also a book I found at the little store when I lived in Fargo, North Dakota. Peace In, Peace Out. I used this for a while in my morning movement and meditation classes. There are 30 prompts, which are kind of cool. So it gives you a little peace in section, what we're going to cultivate and bring in as we practice, and then how to take that same message out to the world or how to apply it when we're off our mats or out of our meditation. So this one, peace in, how do we work with ourselves? This first one says, look at yourself with the eyes of an explorer. Imagine that you first just met you. What are your first impressions? So we're thinking about ourselves internal. And then peace out. Now think about that same practice with the people closest to you, your spouses, partners, children. And after you've decided what another person's all about, we often put judgment onto them and concern. Anyway, there's the theme, which this one is exploring yourself as if you're meeting yourself, and then we spread that out. So this was really nice to bring to my morning movement classes. I would start with the peace in. We would work on that. We would have that as our sort of guide through the practice. And then at the end, I would share with them their challenge or their homework to spread the peace out. There are only 30 of them though. And so half the book is actually journal entries to write your own, or journal entries to write whatever you want. So there are only 30 peace in and peace outs. I still really like this book. It's by Joan Steffend and you. So you would write whatever you want in the second half of the book. So it's more of a journal. But that one was always fun. We've got, and the last book that I have to mention is Meditations from the Mat. This one, always highly recommended. I recommend anyone get this book anyway for yourself. I like this one. It gives you daily readings, quotes and then readings. And I haven't used this for my morning movement and meditation practice, but I have actually taken day by day and read out loud. I think I got to day 156. And each day I just read this out loud to my partner at the time. So we would go through this together. We'd go each day and I would read it out loud and we'd gain some insight. And it didn't seem like it was a lot each day, but over the course of time, I got to learn a lot more about the yamas, the niyamas, the 8 limbs of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, like all of this stuff that comes with when you read a little bit at a time consistently over a long period of time. So some of these are more relating to the author's personal experience, and some of them are a little bit more neutral. So you can kind of pick and choose with these ones, Meditations from the Mat, and there is a main quote or reading or something at the top, and then there's the author's description or the author's thoughts on that quote. So it creates for a great meditation practice each day. Another great one for your personal library if this is the type of thing you're looking for. So one of my favorites. Okay. And then beyond that, there are so many other things that you can use. Again, if you have any favorite books that have quotes, themes, inspirations, affirmations, I would love to see the comments below, because again, I'm personally looking for more as well. I found things randomly like mindful games, activities cards. I'll get other random little things in the mail and as gifts because people know I'm into this kind of thing. So if that's sort of your thing too, I hope some of these recommendations helped you to maybe find a way to draw in more inspiration without feeling like you have to search forever or be super creative yourself. You can simply pull a card, flip a page of a book, and find inspiration right there. No need to spend hours on Pinterest or on YouTube. Just take what you have, get off of your phone, get off of your computer, and a book or a deck of cards can be super helpful. So once again, links are down below. Tell me what's helped you, and I can't wait to see you in more upcoming videos. If this was helpful, make sure to watch some of these other videos with recommendations to help you along your yoga teacher journey.